things that we've been through. Every great leader aspires, that's official. Once a great student desired before dismissal, to be the spark to ignite the fire.
Welcome to another episode of Share This, Conversations with Ruban. Hey, Ruban.
Hey, Kim, how you doing today?
Doing okay.
All right.
Doing good.
You're looking fabulous, by the way.
Well,
I like how you put all of that together. You know what I mean?
I like how you're put together.
Yeah.
You
with
did
the
a good
spread and
job.
all. Huh?
Wow. We're going to share it with the world.
We're sharing this. Share this.
Let's share this.
Let's share this.
We're sharing all of this. Okay. All right. So since we're there and we're sharing.
We're there.
We're there. Love it. Let's bring it back a little bit, though.
Yeah, let's elevate it. Let's elevate the conversation.
Yes. Wholeheartedly. So where I want to go with this.
Yes, take me there.
To a higher level.
Take me there.
Where I'd like to go is to talk about something that you and I talked about in a previous episode. You have coaching now as part of your growing portfolio of things that you do. And I want to talk a little bit more about it. And you called it the Catalyst Method.
Yes.
And it's coaching for who? Tell me.
I mean, we coach in cohorts. We, you can have a small group or so, probably about 10 people. We do individual coaching. We do coaching on different levels, too, in terms of professionally. So if you're on the executive level, we have executive coaching. If you're on the management level, we have management coaching, or just a regular line staff. We have coaching available for them as well, using the Catalyst Method.
Okay. So just to walk it back a little bit more, one of the things that if you haven't seen the previous episode, we talked about the fact that you have actually low-key been coaching for years.
Well, I'm a therapist by trade, right?
Oh, okay.
And being a therapist, coaching is involved as well. So, yes, that's been my profession, my primary profession. And it's something that I do on a regular basis. And it's innate. It's not like I'm even aware that I'm doing it until someone mentions it. You sound like a coach, and that sort of thing. So, yes.
Or people who call you their mentor.
Or, yes, folks that I don't even know who consider me as a mentor. And I mean folks who have very prominent position.
Okay.
Will say that, hey, yes, he's my mentor publicly. And, it really...
I mean, that's great.
It's impressive. Yeah, it's impressive.
So
we were in a meeting just the other day and someone
mentioned
that to you. Yeah, someone who's
true.
Very prominent mentioned that several times. Yes.
And and that's got to be pretty cool, of course, when someone who you didn't think was, when you're having your share this moments with people, that they're actually taking this information in and putting it into practice.
Right.
So when did the trigger for you happen to say, let me put this down on paper, because I'm doing it anyway, let me put it down on paper and let's share it and make it available to anyone who's interested?
So it's much like I was inspired for the programs that we do in our nonprofit, our Teen Talk program, or any other program. I see a need. And the need, I feel like there has to be a solution for that need, right? I saw a need because folks would call me, and I would get calls, and
at all hours,
and really ask for my advice, or what do I think about a particular situation or what have you. And I saw that there's a need for that, and pretty much, I use a certain formula, the Catalyst Method. Whenever I dealt with those things. And I said, you know what, let's put this into action and make it a part of a coaching program that we can do. So this Catalyst Method is going to be that we're going to be launching very soon.
That is true. Mm-hmm. So are you, tell me a little bit more about how your everyday, I guess for you, what would be your everyday practice becomes a model or method that other people can replicate and improve themselves on.
So basic principles, one of the things that you want to do with to be a leader, you need to communicate clearly. You need to be able to hear and interpret things in a clear manner. You need to be true to who you are. You need to make sure that you're your authentic self and that sort of thing. So we talk about these things and what that looks like. We even do situational type of examples and role plays or discussions around those things. But those two, I'm not trying to give it all away, but those two are some of the real basic foundational aspects of the catalyst model uh, method. You want to make sure as a leader that people hear you and they believe in you.
Mhm.
You know, we talked about fear, the authoritative leader leading by fear and that sort of thing. But in my model, we talked about more about how do you inspire, how do you mobilize, how do you get people ready to go out there and do whatever task it is that you ask them to do, whether they're being paid or whether they're volunteer, whatever the case may be. How do you inspire folks that way? And this catalyst model is catalyst method is a perfect example of how you can get that done.
Okay. So I again, and probably, I'm a bad example simply because I know you so well and I know that this is most definitely something that you do consistently. But when we're talking about the method itself, it sounds different. Like if I'm scrolling through social and I'm seeing, and I do see a lot of other coaches pop up in my feed. They don't sound like you. I mean, they're talking about stuff that, you know, be a better leader. And then inevitably, if I say, you know what, I'm going to check it out and see more about it, it's kind of all the same stuff I've heard before.
Mm-hmm.
So how this seems different just on its face. It seems different and feels different from other types of coaching. But what do you think is kind of feeding the difference here?
Again, when you talk about leadership, it all depends on who you're speaking to. This model, this method is effective and can be utilized whatever position you hold. Again, so that's something that we talk about. Some folks are just strictly teaching leadership towards businesses or executives. I'm giving you a skill set that you can use that is transferable.
Mm.
It can happen across the board, right? And it's proven to be effective across the board. So that's the difference between our method and other approaches, if you will. I think that when you look at something that you can use in your everyday life on all aspects, from when you wake up until you go to bed, whatever role you play in leadership, you can use this catalyst method. And I think that you'll find that it's very helpful.
Okay, so let me ask this question. Let's dig a little bit into what it does, right?
Okay.
And again, because I'm seeing the connection with what you did when during your time as a therapist. So I'm seeing that connection. But this isn't therapy, right?
Mm-hmm.
This isn't therapy. But what are the things that you are going to be focusing on with this, this catalyst method? So I then become at the end I'm a catalyst leader. Like what is it that I'm going to expect to see a difference in?
So if you're participating in our coaching program, one of the things that you're going to find is that you're going to be more aware. You're going to be self-aware first of all,
Mm.
because that is a requirement about how you show up.
You can teach someone to be self-aware.
Yeah, you can teach someone, you can guide someone, to do anything, right?
Okay.
So you guide them. Now, teaching them, that means that they want to learn, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be a willing participant in part of that teaching piece. But I can guide you. Now, you have to be a willing participant. But I think we make it interactive enough and fun enough for you to want to really capture the information and then actually utilize the information. So you want to be aware. You want to have that awareness. Every good leader has an awareness. They know how to read a room. You go in a room, if you're dealing with an audience, you may be set
You
to
can't
approach.
teach that.
You can read the room.
You
The
can't teach somebody
awareness,
how to read a room.
Yes, the awareness could help you
I
read the room.
have seen so many examples of people who go even on the television
On the television.
who we're supposed to be expecting to present a particular way. And they don't do that. They don't read the room. They do their own thing. And are you sure you can teach?
So one of
You
the
can teach
things about being aware is that you have to be open,
Mm-hmm.
all right, to looking outside of yourself. We talked a little bit about ego before, and sometimes ego can be get in the way of you being self-aware. But you need to be aware of self, and you need to be aware of what's going on with the people that you're interacting with. And if you listen, right, carefully, that communication piece, and be clear about your communication, what you're receiving and what you're sharing, that too plays a major part in the Catalyst method in terms of our coaching. One of the things that we want to make sure is that you're present, but you're observant, that you are definitely clear about what you're hearing and what you're speaking. Those are some very important aspects of it. Giving you very top line, not going into the nuts and bolts and all of the details about it, but I want you to understand it. The other things that we want to talk about is just make sure from a behavioral standpoint that people trust you. People believe in what you have to say. And by trust, you gain that. Trust is earned, right? So people need to know that you are accountable for your actions, that you take responsibility for whatever it is that you've done, whether it be bad or good, and the buck stops here, right?
Oh,
Folks will
accountability.
definitely, yes, that's what I said, accountability. Trust and
I know I had
accountability.
to say it again.
Yes, most definitely. And you have to be, those behaviors are very important aspects of the Catalyst method.
What we'd like you to do, if you're interested and you want to get on board with this amazing method, coaching method that Ruban has developed, then visit our website, rer-consulting.com. Click on contact, and in that form, we'll take your information. Please note that it is for the coaching Catalyst method, and we will get back in touch with you with all of the relevant information. In the meantime, now that I've plugged that and told them that it's on its way, we're going to talk a little bit more about how we can use this in real life. So, again, I feel like I've been a student of yours for 20 years.
What have you learned as a student?
Learned?
Yes.
Oh,
Young grasshopper, what have you learned?
yes. You are quite the teacher. So I will say that one of the things that I learned, especially with regards to leadership, is the accountability portion and the consistency portion.
Mm-hmm.
You have to say what you mean what you say. And one of the things that I always like to when I'm introducing the concept of you
Mm-hmm.
to other people, I always say with Ruban, it's WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get.
That's right.
And he's consistent all the way through. And that's one of the things that you've most definitely modeled for me and has benefited my leadership. And in addition to the listening component, which is listening for content,
Mm-hmm.
And purpose
And understanding.
Yes. To get clarity first.
To get clarity, right.
And, going back to the accountability portion,
right,
which is if something goes wrong, I can't look outside and blame another team member for it.
Right.
I have to look at what do I need to improve?
What's my role?
What's my role? What's my part in it?
That's right.
And that's not always easy or fun.
It's not.
But when you do that and you're walking in that consistently, then you find that a lot of things get easier.
Yeah, I think you're trying to give away the method, man.
I just said 20 years. 20 years. 20 years.
20 long years.
20 decades. So, no, it's not. I mean, there's so much more to it than that.
It is.
But
It is.
there, those are some primary components that one of the things that I've seen, and I've had business coaches before. I had a great business coach.
Yes, you did.
Who I really, really thought she was wonderful.
Celebrate your wins.
That yeah.
Celebrate
yeah, I'm
your
still
wins.
working on that one.
Yeah.
Sorry, Shannon.
Shout
out to Shannon.
I thought that
Still
was probably
on
one
that
of the
one.
most impactful statements among others that she shared with you. It definitely, I saw a difference when you were told that. You had just had a win, a major win, and it was like it was nothing. But
because there's always something else.
There's always going to be
On to the
something else.
next.
But you got to celebrate your wins, and that's a major part of the development of a leader. If a leader is just looking on to the next thing and never celebrating your win, what's your reward? What's your reward? You have to find something that is redeemable about the work that you're doing, right? And that's when you win. If you find something redeemable about the work that you're doing, it takes you to that next level. So again, you get motivated, you get inspired. And that's why this catalyst method is so important. A lot of folks are going through their daily lives and you have a lot of wins. You're winning on your job, you're winning at home, your children are doing well. But then you feel empty inside still. Because you never just
dopamine.
Dopamine is a part of the reactors to it, but then you have some say in it too. Because if I react to it, I can motivate the dopamine. I can motivate that whole, encourage that whole serotonin reuptake, happening. But the bottom line is, if I'm flat, if my effect is flat, if my mood is flat, then there's nothing to inspire. But the moment I get excited, we got exciting news yesterday, right?
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, very exciting news. And right away, you're like, yeah. And that's, So you celebrated because you had a great deal to do with the news that we got, right? What we received. So this is something that we want to make sure that folks do it, and something that's going to motivate you, especially in times like we're living in today. There are a lot of challenges today. And one of the things that we need is to find out how we can continue to lead in spite of whatever challenges are out there, because your gifts that you have, the qualities that you have, will determine your success. If you use it, take advantage of it. This catalyst method is going to show you how to maximize those opportunities.
So we may have talked about it before. We did talk about it before. You can do this as a team. You can do it as an individual. You don't necessarily, like if an individual wanted to do it, they could absolutely do it. But if you have a team, you're an entrepreneur, you have a team of 10 or 100 or more.
Or if you're an organization.
Right. You're saying that you can essentially, so what would be the purpose though, if I'm at major multinational organization? What would be the benefit for me as an HR manager to say, hey, this looks interesting, but we've got 6,000 team members and they're in every other time zone globally. So how does this benefit someone who is over a huge team with very different, types of people and very different types of roles? Like, how do you make it work for a large company?
I mean, that'll be a part of the onboarding process where you'll be involved, my dear. And one of the things that we will do definitely is we will assess for how to put that team together. But the team, nevertheless, can still be there. The only differences in the terms of the teams is like we won't mix an executive level person with a manager level person or a line staff level person that's needing. Because their issues are different in terms of the degree, the level of just intensity. If you are a CEO, is different than that of a line manager or someone that's a line staff. So you want to make sure that you match people in cohorts who are having similar experiences. So when we go through the catalyst method together, then they'll have, some of the same experiences that they can discuss, and we can figure out how we can work through those scenarios together.
Well, that sounds really good.
Yeah.
So I will take this opportunity again to say that we have signups that are happening. And whether you're an executive and leading hundreds or have thousands of team members, or you are a leader of one, or leader of, you and your pet. I'm not sure. But at any level, you're saying that this can be beneficial.
Definitely. I think it is essential. I think it's definitely an essential skill. It can be transformative if you allow it. It can be. And so I encourage you all to just go to the website. Kim, what's the website they have to go to sign up?
RER-consulting.com. And we're going to put it on the lower third as well. And that is go to the contact page, fill out the contact page, and you will see the Catalyst method as one of the options. Select that, give us a couple of notes, and we'll send you more information about what's entailed.
And if you go to that website, you'll also see some of the other work that we do. So you want to learn about the coaching. We're very busy. So you want to learn about how to sign up, and you want to make sure that some of your friends wanted to participate. And it doesn't matter what role you play in life. We're open to seeing you. We'll match you with the right group. Or if you want to do the individual coaching, we'll do that as well. So we're very excited and would love to work with you.
Oh, one more thing. We need to also let everybody know that if you sign up on November 1st, what we'll be able to do is provide a very healthy discount.
Right.
Very healthy discount on this coaching method because you are a listener and you've subscribed to the Share This podcast.
Right. We have a special for you. Now, I want you to know that when you sign up, we're going to get some information from you. So this is an interactive process, and that information will help us understand who you are and help us to be able to be more proficient in our coaching for you. So just be prepared for that. This is something that I think is going to be extremely helpful. So we're very excited to having you join us and learning the Catalyst method. Thank you for joining me today on Share This, Conversations with Ruban. I hope that this conversation inspired you today and gave you something that will help you while you're on your leadership journey. I offer consulting and leadership development services through RER Consulting, designed to help leaders grow with clarity and confidence. You can learn more by contacting me at rer-consulting.com. If you enjoyed today's conversation, please like, subscribe, and share. Also, leave a comment. Your comment may inspire some future leader. Until next time, keep leading with purpose.
That's when we come together to set the world on fire. Yeah.